What's up, Starseed? I want to talk about intuition. When I was in 10th grade in psychology, so I took a psychology class, and they told us that intuition had been proven to be an ineffective way of figuring things out. And they literally told us it had been studied and utterly proven that the intuition was bad. And I believed them. And then I became like a rational skeptic. I believed in evolution and eternal death. I believed that there was nothing spiritual and all that stuff. And I spent like a decade like that. And I would at night I would shiver in bed thinking, and I'd be like, "You are going to die," and I thought I was going to cease to exist someday, and it was just a horrible time. So I got into presence. I read The Power of Now, and I became mindful, and that changed the game for me. And I started drawing girls. So I shouldn't qualify myself, but I started drawing girls in the street. I kind of can't help myself. I started drawing girls on the street. I'd be like, "Hey, can I draw you?" And I would draw them, and I started doing that because I saw some socializing videos on YouTube, and I was like, I wanna get good at socializing. I wanna get good with girls and all that stuff. So I did that for 2 years, and then I got really mentally ill. Got completely fucked up. Couldn't do it anymore. And basically, I started like getting more into. I started getting the Starseed stuff, but I still was like, I don't know about this. And I was like, well, I did what happened. What changed for me, what made me start believing in spirituality, was that I could feel my chakras, and I was like, I feel these like portals of energy. I was like, what if this evolved from ganglia? Because like lobsters, they have like 12 or they have like seven, I think it's something like nerve systems that go down their bodies and like in like locations that go symmetrically down their bodies, if I remember correctly. So to kill a lobster, you have to like, there's no like easy way to kill a lobster. It's really unfortunate. I hope they don't suffer too much. I don't know how much they suffer, but the only way to kill a lobster is to like destroy its whole body, basically. You have to like freeze it or cut it into a lot of different pieces or whatever, and it's like a slow death. So or boil it is what they do when you cook lobster. They boil them alive. That's horrible. I don't recommend anyone eat lobster. It's really barbaric. So basically, I was like, what if they evolved from ganglia? And then I was like, wait, the chakra system. And started looking it up, and I was like, they knew about this thousands of years ago. What the fuck? And I was like, I have a spirit. And I changed from being a rational skeptic to believing in spirituality. So fast forward to recently, the last few months, because that was like 6 years ago, that was over 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, that I started believing in the spirit. And I practice letting go all day long, all day every day. I multitask while letting go, and my mind is going away. Okay, so like a lot of people, they practice presence and they stop thinking, and their mind becomes less active while they're doing that. But if they stop, their mind comes back. My mind is going bye bye. I can't think most of the time. Like I can't even think. Okay, I have to speak from letting go or presence or whatever, however you describe it. My mind is going away from me. Okay, it's like permanently going away, and that's a very good thing. But if you can't even use your mind, okay, so let's say that you practice presence and you can still use your mind. And you can either use your mind and try to figure things out, or you can use your intuition and just try to use snap decision making and just live your life without thinking, without trying to figure things out ever. And just you live through presence. If you think that's a bad idea, what you're saying is that thinking is better than presence. So people who are rational skeptics who are still stuck in the matrix belief system that's evolution and stuff, they would say, no, you should be present sometimes and you should think sometimes. Life is more simple than that, man. Thinking is becoming obsolete. And you know it. If you're a Starseed, you're watching this video, you know that thinking is becoming obsolete. So now that I'm practicing letting go and it's much more powerful, my mind is literally slipping away from me in a good way. I have no choice but to be intuitive. Intuition is the only path forward. And because of that, that to me is proof that intuition is the right way to go. That intuition is the right thing. And I'm developing my intuition. I've been having crazy synchronicities lately. All sorts of crazy stuff has been happening to me. I'm reducing some of my negative emotions, and I'm getting better at it. And so like je ne sais quoi is a term. It means it's French for like that special something. And so you want to follow your intuition and your je ne sais quoi. It's like, oh, that's kind of like a cool idea. I kind of want to do that. So, for instance, I have a drink idea. A drink idea. I call it brain juice. And then it's related to my restaurant idea, Pinup Party. So this drink is called brain juice, and it's pomegranate, cinnamon, aged ginger, a little bit of basil and parsley, because herbs are really good for you, and aged ginger is a kick in the ass, man. Aged ginger is so fucking powerful for high. It makes you so much higher vibe. Pomegranate super powerful. Cinnamon regulates your blood sugar, so it's like it's like really good for your blood sugar and stuff like that. And then it's sweetened with honeysuckle. It's a flower that is at least in the Midwest and maybe Canada. I don't know where else it is. Midwest America, maybe U.S. and maybe Canada. And so it's sweetened honeysuckle. It's this flower that you bite and it's sweet. And it would take like tons of honeysuckle to sweeten this thing. It's gonna be like a really expensive drink, and it's gonna be super high vibe and super powerful. And I looked up honeysuckle. I was like, does the world know any special properties to honeysuckle? And I looked up and it's just fructose. Oh, I'm sure honeysuckle is just fructose. It has no spiritual benefits at all, I'm sure. Anyways, so that's intuition. Follow okay. Intuition, you have to develop it. It's a skill. So if your mind is slipping away from you, like it is with me, if you're practicing letting go a lot, then you have to start developing your intuition, or you're going to be fucked, because you won't have any intuition development. You won't be able to use your mind, and you won't have anything to take its place. So gradually reduce your mind and build your intuition, and then you can start utilizing your intuition and see where that motherfucker takes you. The world will open up to you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.